Gotta have one of these. Have a great story. This is a really great story. When you start your day sitting with the Father, the Creator of all things, the Father of light, Father of the little children of light. When you start your day with Him, Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson said, very wise saying, when you start your day, he didn't say Big Daddy, but I call him Big Daddy. When you start your day with Hashem, or Big Daddy as I call him, you allow Him to set your day, and your day can't set you. So I'm sitting with Big Daddy this morning, and this scene, I don't know how to describe it. Wasn't a dream, wasn't a vision. It was just boom. Look at this. Daydream. So I was looking at this guy, and it looked like this guy was playing chess in a park. Mel, hush, please. It was a park. It was a perfect weather. Little breeze. Trees were beautiful. Temperature was perfect. And they were in this park seated at this table, and this guy was playing what appeared to be chess, but the game was not called chess. It was called Chai. So this guy's playing this game, the game of Chai, and he's playing against like 3, 4 dark angels. They were angels, but you knew they were on the wrong side. You just knew it. It was obvious. So I'm watching this and just observing everything. It's very calm and peaceful, but the guy playing against these 3, 4 dark ones, he was so at rest. And he just seemed to be so peaceful. Their presence didn't bother him. Their playing against him didn't shake him up at all. It was like this guy had been growing into this place. And these 3, 4 dark angels had been affecting him his whole life. They knew how to get him off course. They knew how to get him stopped. They knew how to get him turned around the wrong direction. They knew. I mean, they knew. They were kind of assigned to this guy. But all of a sudden, this guy had entered into this restful, peaceful place of existence, and what they used to do to easily get him off track didn't work anymore, and they were getting frustrated. Well, here comes this. Now, I want you to think militarily. The dark forces have like a military ranking system. And these were like, underlings. But a staff sergeant type rank dark angel came and get out of the way. And he sat down, and he had 2 or 3 with him that were higher level than the little original ones. And he would make a move on the board of Chai. He'd make a move, which was something the restful, peaceful guy had never really seen before, but didn't bother him. Restful, peaceful guy immediately made a counter move. Boy, that frustrated the staff sergeant guy. He made another move. Boop. Restful, peaceful guy immediately, without even thinking about it, just made a little move, and it was like everything the higher level staff sergeant type dark angel guy, every time he made a move, it kind of set him back 2 or 3 moves. All of a sudden he found himself, instead of trying to play offense to get the guy off target, he was just totally playing defense against this restful, peaceful guy. So this captain rank officer comes in. Boy, he's a nasty entity. He comes in and get out of the way. He's frustrated because all of a sudden they had this guy under control. Now this guy is at rest and at such peace. They didn't know what to do, so this officer comes in. He can't do anything. Makes a move, boop. Makes another move, boop. Makes another move, boop, boop. And he's just frustrated. Here comes a full bird colonel of the dark forces. Now this guy, he was in charge of a special forces team. If special forces were needed, he was one of the full bird colonels that was in charge of a really nasty group of demonic ones. So he comes in. Wow. When he comes in, I mean, it's just like filth fills the whole area. But the restful, peaceful player guy, he's not even affected by it. It doesn't even get his attention. Here comes this special forces colonel, team leader, tries to come in with all this stuff. And the restful, peaceful guy, he's at rest. And at peace. So the colonel and his team, they're strategizing to make a move. Oh, this is going to knock the guy out. This is going to knock the guy back where he started. This is going to let me make this move. Boop. And the restful, peaceful guy makes an immediate move back that just shocked all these guys. They're like, oh. So he makes another move. Boop. And it's like, oh, they're getting really nervous. Move, boop, move, boop. Now, all of a sudden, it became very obvious. A crowd starting to gather behind the restful, peaceful guy. Because all of a sudden, it becomes very obvious that inside the heart of the restful, peaceful guy, which was kind of sealed and you couldn't see in there, you couldn't see what was going on inside his spirit man, if you will, but hiding in there, in him, was the Most High. I was like, okay. The Most High all of a sudden came out of hiding within him and just took over every fiber of his being. Every thought, every word, every molecular space. The Most High just went, and the guy was filled with the Most High. The restful, peaceful guy playing the game of Chai. So the special forces guy, wow, when that happens, he's getting nervous. He doesn't know. He's looking around trying to, somebody come help me with this guy. The Most High just was hiding in this guy. And now he's made himself known. I mean, I can sense it. I can feel it. And what do we do? What are we doing? I mean, he's getting nervous. Have you come here to torment us before the time? So, a brigadier general comes. Get out of the way. So he comes and sits down. He makes a bold, slimy, stinking move. He makes a bold move. Boop. The restful, peaceful guy just, without thinking, just boop, counteracts the move. He makes another move. Roar, boop. And now, every time the general's making a move and the counter move is made by the restful, peaceful guy, the restful, peaceful guy gets a little bit bigger. It's like he's turning into the Hulk, but he's not green. He's just a restful, peaceful guy. Every time the general goes, move, counter move, poof, move, counter move, poof, move, counter move, poof. The guy's just getting bigger. Every move darkness makes against this guy, filled with the Most High, playing the game of high, every time they make a move against him, he gets bigger. Now, the generals shook. And in comes a 4-star, one of the chiefs of staff of Hashatan himself. This is one of the very top-ranking darkness angels that came in to finish this deal up. Same thing happens. He's a little nervous. He's putting on this air of confidence and filth and horror, but inside he's really he's nervous, because the Most High that was hiding is no longer hiding. He's obviously filled this restful, peaceful guy. So the 4-star general dude, he's doing all he can. And then all of a sudden, it's obvious he's just making a mess. Mel, in your pen. Good girl. My baby German Shepherd. Sneaking out of her pen. The door's open. Anyway, so, I mean, it's a mess. They know it's a mess. And here, you could tell when he entered the park. You could just sense it. You could feel it. You could smell the stench. You could feel the terror and the horror and the wickedness and the guilt and the loaded down. You could just tell that Hashatan himself entered the park to take on this restful, peaceful guy filled with the Most High. And it was interesting, all of the dark ones, all of the dark angelic ones, when Hashatan, when he came into the area, every one of them hit the ground, and they wouldn't even look at him. They were totally 4-star general, all of them hit the ground, and they were sliding backward like little, little greasy slugs that were just filthy and rotten. They just were backing up and backing up. They were just backing up. And he came in and he sat down all pridefully and arrogantly in the chair. And he looked at the restful, peaceful guy filled with the Most High. And he made a bold move. Boop. He made another bold move. Boop, boop. The guy got bigger and bigger. He comes unwound. Hashatan, the adversary. We call him the devil. He comes unglued in frustration, gets up, throws the chair. I've got better things to do. Take care of this guy. And he storms off. And all the little, they come crawling back up. So the 4-star general comes in. Okay, back up. I got it. So they devise a way to kill this restful, peaceful guy that's been playing the game of high against them and obliterating their kingdom. And the way he was doing it, was just because he was restful and peaceful. He was like a little child in his restfulness, his peacefulness, the love that just came out of him. It was like he was filled with joy, and you couldn't knock that joy out of him. You couldn't stick a pin in him and drain the joy out. He was impenetrable. So the 4-star guy, they devise a way to kill him, because that's what they do when they can't handle the truth. They just kill, steal, and destroy. That's what they do. So they kill the guy. Now, in the meantime, by the time Hashatan himself showed up here to play the game against the restful, peaceful guy, a crowd had started to gather behind the restful, peaceful guy. And I mean, it was a few hundred, and then it was a couple of thousand, and then, wow, by the time Hashatan got freaked out and left, because he couldn't handle the truth, there were 10,000 of them, just all in the park. And they were all looking at the game being played. And the restful, peaceful guy, filled with the Most High, was just a restful, peaceful guy, filled with the Most High. And they had him killed, and as soon as he was taken out, he was no longer in the game. He was taken out. As soon as he was taken out, you started to see, of all these thousands of people, you started to see this one just go boop, 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 boop. They were just still like popcorn. They were popping up, and all of a sudden, this one just popped up, and it took on the visage, the look, the feel of the restful, peaceful guy. A restful, peaceful person was formed by watching the restful, peaceful guy filled with the Most High play the game of high and being impervious to darkness. And then they started playing. And there were crowds around each of them, watching them play. And it was all over the earth. And it was overwhelming. And the darkness ones, they just had to run and hide. They had to run and hide and just get into the bottom of their abyss living quarters, because they didn't know what, they were overwhelmed. They were just overwhelmed by all this mass of restful, peaceful ones, like millions of them. They couldn't handle the truth. It flooded the earth. And then it was over. That was it. Isn't it fun to sit with Daddy? You sit in the morning, you see scenes like that unfold. Woo! I like this music. Check this out. Shalom.